Good morning. Today is February the 8th. The time is 8:53 a.m. And this reading is going to be for Scorpio. I just did the Leo full moon reading. And so I decided to continue on my endeavors. And this is for Scorpio. We're going to see where your energies are. This is going to be from the 7th to the 15th. Although I'm doing it on the 8th, my process starts on past life, present power, and the dark mysteries. Even though it's the 8th, I start my readings like the day I pick the day, and then I go from there. So some readings I don't do until like the 10th, but it's still, that's the time frame I decided to cover. So it can happen, it can be happening, or it could be about to happen. Most of the time I do it right then because I want to read where you are right then. I feel like I want to be in your energy at that moment and not prior to or not afterwards. If it picks up while I'm reading, then that's totally fine. But I like to be, I was going to say, I want to be where you are. Gotta be where you are. Tasha Cobbs, I want to be where you are. Gotta be where you are. Oh, that's for your glory. I will do anything just to see you. That's weird. To behold you as my king. I don't know why that song, but that's the end of it. So I want to be where you are. Gotta be where you are. Peace is where you are. Joy is where you are. Okay, what else for Scorpio? Love is who you are. That's a gospel song I was going to say. Maybe people want to be where you are, Scorpio. But that's totally in reference to my father, so I mean. But no, it could be that too because that's what I thought about. But I mean, I was saying that because I like to be in that. I heard it's sentimental. Something sentimental. Are there any more? Because I didn't know if it's going to come out. Force yourself out. It's in the reverse. It's like Ancient Power Mysteries. Here the Rider of Ice is playing. I don't know if I should leave it in the reverse or not. The Dark Mysteries enter the chamber of the Dark Goddess. The many spiritual faces of you. Past life, present power. That card is about, it's really like being, I'm going to go to the book, y'all. Let me see again. Wanna be where you are, gotta be where you are. Okay. When the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. That's what I figured. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life, present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. It says talents, abilities, and powers wish to be restored to you now from past incarnations. This will help your path. You will often be able to recognize this because you will feel some instant fascination or deep interest for a culture, philosophy, heritage, or even place on earth or beyond, which is deeply compelling. I had, I remember reading it. I got that for myself. So this is about bringing all your past life talents to the forefront, and they're the spiritual faces of you. Your ability, your uniqueness is the face to who you are. Like, you know how they say people have many faces? Like, if you're a mother, that's a face. If you're a student, that's the face. If you're a friend, that's the face. Not that you're I say, that's what I heard, multifaceted. You know when you spell multifaceted, F-A-C-E-T-E-D, I think it's spelled with face, but it's pronounced multifaceted. I believe it's spelled F-A-C-E-T-E-D. It might be F-A-C-T-E-D, but it can't be that because it's facted. So multifaceted. So it's multiple faces, multifaceted, but it's gifts too. Like if you're a singer and an actress, you're singing face would be one way, your exit face would be another way, because it's different realms and different fields that you're going into. So this is about bringing it to the forefront, though, and it said that it's growing internally. You have to allow that, no matter like what you think. Like an actress, if actors only do dramatic roles, in order for them to grow, they have to start doing like comedy roles or roles that are not so dramatic. You know what I mean? That's the only way to grow. It says the dark goddess calls you. This is for the dark goddess. You to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. This gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. So she's trying to initiate you. You've been initiated through the darkness. Just to make sure, I was just about to say. So I was about to say, it might be somebody else, but I'm going to make sure when I clarify. I'm just reading the card. You know what? That's probably why. It say the rattle of Isis, the sistrum, is playing in the hand of the goddess. Now, can you sense it with your inner hearing? Its vibration reaches through your crown chakra and enters your body, initiating you into great ancient power mysteries of sound, creativity, and healing. This is a time when words and music will become increasingly important on your spiritual path and healing journey. And it's upside down because it says, please listen to Isis. The music, hear the rattle of Isis playing, not please listen. Hear the rattle. And the Bible says, he that hath an ear to hear, let him hear what the Lord is saying to the church. So what they're saying is they want you to hear, but it's like you have these many gifts and talents from your past life, but you won't go through this test. What they're doing is testing you to see if you can get over your fears. And this is not a big test. It's just like, are you fearful of the talent that you possess, or are you fearful of how people are going to perceive your talent that you don't want to put it out there? And it says here, and you're not listening to the divine regarding these gifts and talents, because it's also healing. Remember, all work you do is healing, like from an actress on down. If that actress get up there and she really do her thing and make you feel what she's presenting, like she's healing you. She gets up there and play the role of a girl who was abused, a woman who was abused, and now she's up there looking better and looking more sufficient, more dedicated, found the love of her life. That gives people hope. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can do it. But not just because of the movie, because of how the actress carried herself, because she went up there and put herself in that person's shoes, and you can see that, you know. So each gift and talent is healing. It's not just about like this type of spiritual work. Whatever you do is healing. If a teacher gets up there and teach a student 2 + 2, and the student felt like they could never learn anything and they were called dumb and docile from birth, but the teacher gets up there and teach them chemistry or calculus, that student is going to be empowered from then on. Like, I'm not dumb because I had a teacher who showed me. You know what I mean? So that's the type of stuff. It doesn't just have to be this. So whatever it is your gift and talent is, they're telling you to bring it to the forefront. So what's the clarifier for too many cards for but the bottom one of this card is the universe. It's going to open up a door for you. I just did the Leo full moon, and I was saying, oh no, but yeah, it's going to bring you the universe, but that card didn't stick. So, but you're still going to have a universal experience. You know how? Oh yeah. Because I was thinking about how I had lost some stuff. I had went through some stuff that was like not even good. How many cards is this? 3? It was not even. Oh God! But then I got it back. That's what I was thinking before I turned this on. It might have been for y'all, Kevin. Guess who tried to take it from me? I went and got it back. Just imagine that. Just imagine it. How was the hook? I don't know. Do I remember how the hook go? I just know he said you tried to take it from me. I went and got it back. Anyway, imagine it. Imagine it. Lost day ones, just imagine that. Okay, anyway, but yeah, just imagine that, how all the things back that you had, they weren't probably as groomed as they could have been, or you didn't know the worth of those different gifts and talents that you had. Like the Bible say, he that has how many talents, don't hide your talent ever, because that's basically hiding God or the spirit that's within you. But God blessed each man who put their talent out there, even the one with 2. He put it out there, God blessed it double. He asked the one who had 1, why did you hide your talent? He was like, was it 2? However, he had a lesser number, and he was like, I just hid it. Because he didn't think he was going to get nothing out of it, or he didn't see the worth in it. The Spirit is saying don't do that. So for to clarify for this past life is oppression, worry, and the Aeon, which I feel this card is just about like self-reflection, but it's also about seeing the you that's see how this person is just like dressed down, but this person is dressed up with a traveling bag ready to go. It's about seeing you in a future tense. Just like this is like you're getting your past life potential. I was gonna say past life power. I didn't want to use it so big, but it do say past life present power. You're getting your past life talents, but you're using them in the present, and you can see how futuristically they're beneficial for not just you but the people around you. Past life, present power. So it's like you have power now for things you didn't have in the past, and things you couldn't deal with in the past, you can deal with them now because you have the power and the ability to overcome any situation. But it's because of this oppression and worry. You will worry and oppressed. Like, you know how you just Boosie said, I feel trapped to be a superstar. Like, that's not a thing that people, like, yeah, we want to be successful, but when you feel like you have no other option but to display, sometimes people feel trapped like that. What song was that? And I spend it, no problem. You don't like badass, then it's your problem. MOB won't give a damn if the whole song. That's all we gonna show the world. I think that's we gonna show the definition of real nigga. I don't want to, because you gotta feel this. Yeah, but sometimes you feel trapped. You feel oppressed by those gifts. You're like, God, where do I put them? And you're like, I can sing to my mama. I can sing to my dad. I can sing to people that I know. And God is like, maybe you should sing to others because it's a healing thing. Or I can make other people happy. I can tell jokes and make them laugh. And Spirit is like, yeah, but we got to do that with more than just the people you know. You got to be able to bless people and allow people to feel the gifts of God without recompenses. Is that a word? Recompense? Without recompense. Without compensation is what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying recompense because I think that's the word. Without anybody paying you back. But also without needing anything back. And also knowing that that's what you're here for. Knowing that you're allowing them to heal from something that was just a gift to you. Like your talents, they're a gift from God. And you gift other people with that. And in turn, like the cycle of love carries itself out. The cycle of healing. Like imagine people don't know, don't really know how to heal, but you have these gifts and talents that can help. Like I said, even the actress, that's a gift to make that person have hope again. You can make people have hope again and make them, a lot of people want to sell their talents and sell their gifts, but how valuable is it if you put dollars on it? Trying to put a price on it. Like any gift that God gives is priceless, but if you try to put a worth on it, then that's what it's going to be diminished to. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now it's diminished to $100, but to Spirit it's worth so much more. It's worth somebody's soul. You know what I'm saying? If your gift was worth somebody's soul, would you sell it to a person for $100 and leave that soul to die, or leave that soul to be broken, or leave that soul not to be healed just because you want that $100? That's whack. That's whack. It's like it's that gift and talent is worth somebody's life. Say it like that. And ain't nobody's life worth $100. Okay, that's the best way I can explain it. So for dark mysteries, we have failure. See, this is what she's saying. The divine feminine goddess is like, okay, you know you have these gifts, or whatever. You were oppressed. You felt trapped to be a superstar in Labusa terms. But it's like, they want you to go through this test. The dark mysteries of this life is saying that you got to go through this test. It's like enter the chamber of the dark goddess, face these fears. And this fear is of failure. Like you have a fear of failure, like I won't be accepted, or it won't be as profitable, or maybe I'll be laughed at, or maybe some people just don't like too much attention. I don't like too much attention. You know what I mean? I don't like that because I don't know how my body gonna respond. I don't know how I'm gonna respond to too much. You know what I mean? Just like even performers say, like, I like the small, intimate settings sometimes because they're amazing. And some say I like a whole bunch of people so I won't feel like I'm just being stared at in the middle of the room. You know what I mean? You don't like just being stared at. So they could be a fear too, failure, or too much attention. And what's the clarify for this not hearing? Why are you not hearing? The Wheel of Fortune and Sadity. What is that about? So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, the fortune is setting. I hope I said that right. You're not hearing because of the Wheel of Fortune? Wait a minute. No, that's right. I lost it once, just imagine that. I can't believe I don't know how that song goes. These days, got it all. Oh, I came up with nothing, just imagine that. It's feeling like it's all on me. As soon as they fall, they gon' call on me. I remember when they used to talk about me. These days, now I got it all, just imagine that. When I was sitting in my room. Up in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, listening to Biggie's smile. Wait, I fell off. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find what's saying to me because I ain't seen it. Finally, with the last step in the story of the cups, we reached that fable happily ever after. I thought it was a 10 of cups because the way it was presented, like that's like, come on, that's like love all over. I've got love all over me. Maybe you touch every part of me. Ooh, yeah. It is joy and peace and the hope of the next generation. So what you're not hearing is that these things, these issues, this test, because this is at the end, you're not realizing that this test and this fear of failure and the fact that they're trying to bring these past life gifts and talents back to you. And you're over here thinking about last time it oppressed me. Last time I was worried or I couldn't figure nothing out. And like this is failure. This is darkness. And she said you got to go into this chamber where it's dark at, where you feel like you're going to fail. One of those gifts, one of those talents, maybe more than one, are the ones that scare you the most. Because it's so like, is tranquilizing the word? Tranquilizing. Like it probably debilitate you. It probably just, in a good way though, tranquilizing like numbs everything. Maybe it makes you feel like so open or so vulnerable. That's the one you're most threatened by, or feel of failure. That's the one you should, that's the test they're trying to give you. Like, cause some people have more, like I say, multifaceted. They have more than one gift and talent. So it's like, shoot, I can do this because I'm not scared of that. I'm like, I ain't scared that I do that in my sleep. But it's one or two that you may feel like, I don't know if I can handle how it makes me feel. Some of our gifts and talents heal us, and we're like, man, I don't know if I want to feel that feeling, you know. Like I said, the actress who's so comfortable with the drama that she don't want to switch over to a comedic role, because she's like, man, I do drama very well. Why would I go into a comedic position? I'm just using it as an example. But what you're not hearing is that, remember, I think you had Wheel of Fortune earlier, it just dropped out with all those other cards. What you're not hearing is that you're going to have a Wheel of Fortune. If you look back, there's a lot of masks back there. And this person is just right here on the wheel. Like, everybody's looking, but, I mean, they have a mask on, but they're still looking at the fact that you're on this Wheel of Fortune. And the satiety of it is satiety. I hope I said that word. Satiety. I don't know what that is. Satiety. I don't know what that is, but it's going to lead you to the Ten of Cups, to something so wonderful, something so amazing, something so beautiful, to where it's love. Even if, like, right now you can see there's, like, because I see these cards are dark, like even the failure and entering the darkness, like the big card just came out, like entering the darkness. Even if it's dark right now, it's going to lead to this beautiful, wonderful rainbow, this wonderful love where everything is free and of peace and of sound mind. After you allow this Wheel of Fortune to turn, and after you start realizing that you need to hear what Spirit is saying to you about these gifts and how they're going to be entertaining for others, and they're going to be something that even you yourself will marvel at, because you decided to just grow, to just allow yourself to be used by the divine. Like, even the ones you try to hide, like I just said about the man who hid his talent. God came looking for him and asked him, like, why did you hide that talent? He's like, well, it's all I had, so I hid it, you know, bury it so I can have it for later. And God is like, I would have grew that talent. I would have gave you double for that talent. And so it's like the ones you may think are easy, you might not be as understanding that it's the ones that you're afraid of that are enlightening to others. I'm not saying turn off any gifts and talent. Like, each person doubled their gifts and talents, but what about the ones that you're afraid to double, the ones you're afraid to experience, because you're like, man, just take over my body? Because like I said, many faces of you, one of those talents turn you, like I said, when you're a mom, you this way. When you're at work, you that way. One of those talents and gifts turn you into somebody. Not turn you into somebody else, but it's a different type of face that you put on, a different type of entity, a different type of feeling. It ain't bad. I'm not calling it bad. I'm calling it, I heard lucky. I'm calling it lucky. But you don't want to go into that because you fear failure. You fear being ostracized. You fear being oppressed. Because some people who are so amazing, what does Sammy say? He said, the more I shine, the more friends I lose. See, the more friends I lose. 2 of my niggas straight stole from me. Shit. See, the more friends I lose. You know, every time you shine, there's going to be some people around there that you don't necessarily mesh with. And that's a fear too. What if they take from me? Oh, they want to see me win so they can take it. August I seen it. And I know it's hard to find a job, so niggas killing right. It's a chance I won't make it here tomorrow, be honest, because I got to keep it real with you, baby. Because the shit I used to do is what made me. They ain't trying to go back to the track, because we all know that we don't want that. But if I don't make it on the name, to my mama. Okay. Yeah, but I was trying to get all the words I could. Not in that song, but I'm saying all the different references that I could. He was like, or they want to see me win so they can take it. This is how some people think. This is how some people operate. But they're telling you to go through this test of feeling like it's going to be a failure, feeling like something's going to happen. Because if you do that, then you're going to be in the Wheel of Fortune in your 10 of Cups. Like, you got to hear. What you're not hearing is that, hello, we're trying to get you to success. We're trying to get you to the 10 of Cups. We're trying to get you to Wheel of Fortune. We're trying to get you out of the dark. Because think about it. What if you start off with these talents and gifts and you are worried, patronizing your damn self, and then you go into the dark place and get stuck there? You're like, now I got all these gifts and talents, but I'm in the fucking dark. What am I supposed to do about it? Not be stuck. Let the Wheel of Fortune turn. They're like, here, we took you through the darkness because we were trying to get you to see. We want you strong enough to realize that you, I was just about to say deserve. You deserve to be able to express yourself in an honorable manner and allow your gifts and talents to make room. The Bible says your gifts shall make room for you. So in order to get out of this darkness, you got to create some room. How? By using your gift. There's no way anybody's walking this earth. They have not made room in their life by using their gifts. Even if you have the gift of prophecy, if you have the gift of prayer. Some people are gifted to pray. The Bible says the fervent, effective prayer of the righteous availeth much. Some people can't pray. Some people pray so well that you get saved the same day. Some people pray so well you get healed 2 hours later, and the doctor's like, what happened? Well, my sister prayed, my auntie prayed, whoever prayed. So, I mean, there's different gifts and talents, but you have to be able to use those and not be afraid of those and not get stuck in the feeling of, I have these gifts and talents, but they don't matter, and I'm going to bury them under a bush. No. I heard that's robbing God. That's exactly what I heard. You robbing God. Why would you do that? So, hopefully you're not doing that, Scorpio. This is really good. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day. I guess there's no, I'm not going to say there's no love, but Happy Love Day. I think I'm going to do a Valentine's Day reading. I don't know. But right now, from the 7th to the 15th, is just about realizing your gifts and talents will make room for you, and it'll create space for everything that you need. So I love you, Scorpio. Good to see you. Good to talk to you, and have a outstanding week. And it is February 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know when this is going to post, but it's supposed to carry you for the week. So have a good one.